This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of August 2nd, 2021. A lot of this week's developments are outgrowths of the observation that we did during the Aquarius full moon last month. We get good long looks at the situations that are breaking us, B-R-A-K-I-N-G, obstacles, authority, responsibilities, consequences, just whatever is putting the damper on our movement, on our self-expression. And we will quickly push off from all of that like a swimmer coming to the end of the lane and pushing off the side of the pool to go on to the next lap. We will push off from whatever we perceive as slowing us, putting the brakes on us, and find implementation of all kinds of stuff that is, again, an outgrowth of developments under the Aquarius full moon. We have 3 contacts this week with the ruler of that moon, the ruler of Aquarius, Uranus, the cosmic agent of radical change, unexpected change, the guy who hits you upside the head so you have to look at things differently, the lobber of lightning bolts, the disruptor, the guy who breaks from the norm or goes for the unconventional or innovative. 3 contacts with that. 2 of them are on the 3rd. So this means that a lot of stuff is going to be hopping this week. This week has a terrific amount of volatility, plot twists, monkey wrenches, things shifting out of the blue, taking our breath away, startling us, surprising us, but not entirely unpleasantly. On the 3rd, we have breakthroughs, that's B-E-R-A-K, break, in desires, in what we thought we wanted, in relationships, in the process of discrimination and improvement that we've been involved in. Venus is in a trine or an easy flow with Uranus. Insight, epiphanies, breakthroughs could come in creative projects very easily with this. Probably is going to affect your interactions with other people as well. And at the same time, there is a harsh aspect, a square, which demands action, between Mercury, ruler of our mind and communication, and Uranus. So startling news could accompany this. We could be forced to look at something from a very different perspective. A conversation could be forced. Something startling. This is not entirely comfortable. And no surprise, the day after, on the 4th, we have a growing pains aspect between Mercury and Venus, the 2 planets that are in contact with Uranus this week. So something shifts. Suddenly, something breaks open. Our thinking is forced to change. A perspective is changed. Information is startling. And even though the relationship or creativity or value-based shift happens seemingly effortlessly, there is a component of it not being entirely comfy and our having to step up in some way and to respond, behave in a more evolved form. And indeed, the process is not yet over because on the 6th, the Sun also squares Uranus. This breaks open some aspect of our identity, of what we see as our mission. Something comes and just tilts the playing field for us, tilts the internal playing field. Now, when Uranus is involved, predicting is fairly futile in terms of specifics because it is the ruler of the unexpected. However, even within that, it is very likely that the outgrowth of these different contacts with that planet this week will be, again, breakthroughs having to do with love, relationships, creativity, something that you value, information that is startling and not entirely comfortable, forcing us into acting differently, probably speaking up in a situation that you might not have before. Actually, I can say with near certainty, in a situation or in a way that you would not have before, and forcing a more open expression of yourself as a consequence. There's an opportunity to do this on the fly with guidance from something other than your rational mind, meaning that the speaking out part doesn't necessarily mean being harsh or being cruel or hitting people with your words. Mercury is in an adjustment aspect with Neptune on the 7th, and the choice is there to speak with compassion, to speak with gentleness and kindness. One further thought about all this Uranian activity, you can look at it as our hearts, our minds, and our sense of self working with the big changes that have been breaking open since Saturn and Uranus had their second square in the middle of June. So something in a community, something in a system shifted, is shifting, your relationships are shifting, your sense of your friendships is shifting, your sense of your place in the collective is changing, and this week is a time of processing what all of that means now in terms of what you want, how you want to treat people, how you want to interact with people, what your mind actually does, and who you are at this point. All of that leads into the week's big event, which is on the 8th, the new moon in Leo. Moon in Leo is look at me territory. It is unfiltered, unfettered, little child, attention getting, attention wanting, sometimes attention demanding. Think back to the Leo Aquarius eclipse cycle from several summers ago, and remember that they had an ongoing lesson about the value of your own light, your own spark, and becoming aware of how others interact with it. Who gets you, who doesn't get you, who has a water pistol and they want to put your light out. The value of your light and the importance of not trying to win over the people who don't get you, and the importance of getting away from the people who would gladly put out your light. So, this new moon in Leo is a time of recommitting to your own spark, your own flair, your own self-expression, your own joy, your own right to be the center of your universe, unapologetically, gleefully. Homing thought of the week. I gotta be me. I get to be me. Song of the week, I Love Me by Demi Lovato. And the image of the week is going through your closet and throwing out the clothes that don't suit you anymore. You'll learn more about this in my forecast for the month of August, which is up at my site, empowermentunlimited.net, where you can sign up for my mailing list and book a session with me. Listen to my radio show on Om Times Radio this Monday, first and third Monday of every month, 5 p.m. Eastern. The show is Celestial Compass. And this week we're talking about the Junior Astrologer's Handbook, a book for middle school kids. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years' experience. I host lively conversation on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited in the group the Astro-Insight Lounge. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, and I am grateful for the people who support my work there. You'll find me on Instagram at Kathy Biehl and on YouTube at the Professional Aquarian Channel. Talk to you next week.